Hey guys, what is up? Hope you're having a fantastic day so far, and welcome to my third review of the Steven Bomb, which is Gem Heist. If you do not want to be spoiled, do not watch this video, do not watch any of my reaction videos, do not watch any of the review videos that I'm going to be putting out. They will spoil everything for you. I am going to be talking about everything that has happened in these episodes, so if you want to remain completely blind to what is going to be happening in the Steven Bomb, do not watch this video, come back to it later. So here we have Gem Heist. So Gem Heist is slightly more plot related than Adventures in Light Distortion. And also, I mean, it's kind of like what I think about when I think of a Steven Universe episode. Like, there's some plot stuff, you're getting to know some more of the lore of Homeworld, and it's also funny. So I mean, this episode kind of basically had everything in it, which was awesome. I love episodes like this. So, it starts off with gems landing into the zoo and seeing amethysts and stuff like that. So we finally get to see what amethysts from the Prime Kindergarten look like. And they do look very Jasperish. The, big bulky shoulders and stuff like that. And big props to Michaela Dietz, who is the voice actress of Amethyst, who changed her voice for all these different amethysts. Because, I know that Charlene Yee, who voices Ruby, has to, do the 5 rubies and stuff like that in different voices. But I mean, there were so many amethysts in this episode. I was just geez. I mean, props to Michaela for being able to do that, because that was awesome. But it was just great to see, different amethysts and, how different each amethyst or gem looks. Because, you could very easily just be okay, these are all gonna look the same and just have a couple different, changes in color of their skin and stuff, hues and stuff like that. But I mean, they actually design them to look different, which I think is really awesome and really great that they put that much detail into these characters that are probably never gonna show up again, or just show up in this one episode or another episode in the future. So I think that's really great that they did that. And then we get to meet Holly Blue Agate. I had no idea what her name was, because one, I was talking because it was a reaction video, but also it was just it was a lot of words, and so it was Holly Blue Agate. I'm is that her? What do you mean? But it is an actual gem. They just call her Holly for short, or sometimes they call her, her full name, Holly Blue Agate. And she is an interesting character. She seems to kind of be, not necessarily an assistant to the diamonds, because I'm assuming Yellow Diamond has something similar to a Holly Blue Agate. But she seems to kind of be in control of the zoo, the human zoo for Pink Diamond, and it seems like Blue Diamond has taken over all of Pink Diamond's stuff, so that includes the zoo. So I think Holly Blue Agate is just kind of in charge of that, and I guess just kind of reports back to Blue Diamond about how the zoo's doing, how, whatever Pink Diamond facilities she is in control of, how they're doing and stuff like that. But she seems to be specifically in charge of the zoo. I mean, she's a funny character. I mean, she's super abusive, man. I was just Jesus Christ, this lady is crazy. She's kicking gems in the shins and stuff like that, and just grabbing him by the foot and smacking him down on the ground. I was geez, but she's also just such a hilarious character that I loved her. I want to see more of her. She was awesome. But yeah, so obviously the team kind of gets split up, because you have Amethyst, and she has to stay and guard the door with the other Amethyst, and you get Pearl having to open up all the doors, and her getting separated and stuff like that from Amethyst, and you got Ruby as the guard, and Sapphire as the aristocrat, and Steven as the offering. So yeah, so that was fun to see them just kind of have to revert to their old Homeworld roles and stuff like that. That was interesting to see. Man, I was feeling for Pearl that entire time, because I mean, pearls are just not treated that well, and I mean, amethysts aren't treated that well either, which I found a little bit shocking, because they seem to be the brute and muscle, but maybe they're considered more expendable, I guess. And I was thinking, I was well, maybe gems made on Earth aren't considered as highly ranked in Gem Society because they are made on Earth, and the negative connotations that Earth has, given that rose quartz was made on Earth and shattered pink diamond, and Earth was her colony and stuff like that. Because Jasper seems to be treated very well, but I guess Jasper is just in a league of her own, because we actually see in a later episode beta kindergartners and how they look, and it makes sense why Jasper looks the way she does. Why she's kind of like considered like the perfect, air quotes around perfect gem. So that was really interesting to see how, differently amethysts are treated, because it almost seems like amethysts are treated worse than pearls. But yeah, no, I was feeling for Pearl, because she just had to go back to what she was trying to get away from. I was like, oh man, Pearl, just hang in there. But yeah, this episode had a lot of funny moments with, them trying to, open the door, and then Ruby just yelling, explosion! And, Sapphire just... Sapphire doesn't seem like the kind of character who's gonna be, funny, but when she was, coming back, she's like, I'm so excited that we're finally coming back to the door. I really don't want this tour to end. And Hallelujah Agate's like, oh yeah, no, I can tell by the tone of your voice that you're very upset about this. Just it's so funny how Homeworld gems are not picking up on human social cues and stuff like that. I thought that was hilarious, and I thought that Sapphire was hilarious in this episode. Just everyone was hilarious in this episode, which I thought was great, given to how serious the episode actually was in trying to get Greg back. So they're trying to get into the zoo and open the door, but obviously they take Steven and then they throw him onto this conveyor belt, and he gets dressed in this weird blue garb with a loincloth, and then he gets sucked in water, I guess. And the water thing is very interesting. The water is something that I want to come back to in another review that's coming up here. He gets sucked into water, and then he shows up in this almost kind of this giant greenhouse for humans and people, basically, that have been raised here, I guess, since for thousands of years, from people that Pink Diamond has taken for her human zoo, which is very interesting. The funny thing is that Ronaldo actually called this, excuse me, in one of his theories, I guess. He was worried that the hand that we saw in Jailbreak and the return in Jailbreak was coming to take people for a human zoo. He actually says that, and that's what it ended up being, is the hands take people to a human zoo. Part of me wonders is if the Crooniverse thinks of this stuff ahead, and then they make Ronaldo say it in an earlier episode to foreshadow it, or if they just write it in the moment, and then they're just oh, that what we said about Ronaldo saying that the hands were going to take humans for a human zoo. Let's make that a major plot point of a future episode, or a Steven Bomb or whatever. So that's interesting, but I think it's hilarious that Ronaldo always nails these theories when it comes to Diamonds and Gem Society, which I think is hilarious. But then the episode ends with Greg finding Steven and vice versa, Steven finding Greg in the little human zoo greenhouse thing. So yeah, no, solid episode. I just, like I said, it's kind of one of those episodes where I'm when I think of Steven Universe, I think of an episode like Gem Heist, where it's it's funny, but you got your serious moments, and you got the huge plot thing. You're getting introduced to new characters and new lore and everything like that. So I think it was just a solid episode. Really like it. Probably more up there with Steven's Dream in terms of how I would rank these episodes and stuff like that. But yeah, no, solid episode. So with that, thank you so much for watching. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe for more Steven Universe related content. And until next time, guys, take care.